Let me guess, you're a fashion brand and you're talking to factories at 2 a.m. in the morning trying to make perfect stitches and perfect buttons, and everything is dependent on you. You're doing marketing, you're battling with the website, and you're even thinking of doing outreach. But what is the problem? You are doing everything. That's exactly the problem. That's why your brand is going into trouble even if you don't know it yet. In most cases, when a founder is starting their fashion brand, they're a designer by nature. They're not a marketer, they're not a finance guy, and most importantly, they don't know the first thing about making a proper and good optimized website. Here is where everyone goes wrong. They don't really specify what they're working on and who are the people who are supposed to be in your position and in your actual fashion brand, and that's why you're doing everything. And on top of that, if you're doing everything, it's not a founder of a fashion brand, it's a full-time 24/7 unpaid job that is probably not gonna end well. In this video, I will actually show you how you can prevent that, and we will try to make for your specific brand a proper work structure, your company structure. We will borrow some ideas from the book E-Myth Revisited, and I will show how I built my $10 million fashion e-commerce, and we will borrow some examples and some things from there as well. Let's fix your brand, and let's make sure that your brand doesn't end up in graveyard of fashion brands of very passionate people who started their brands and basically got it to here. The designer trap. You built a prison for yourself, full-time job, but not a brand. Most founders are designers or shoppers by nature. We love fabrics, we like clothes, we love to shop. That's why we're creating a fashion brand. But in reality, if you're trying to actually make the product as good as possible and you keep on telling yourself that nothing matters, the only thing that matters is that the product is good, the sales will come anyways, you're basically spiraling down. But a fashion business is three different people: the technician, the designer, the manager, operations and finance, and the entrepreneur, strategy and marketing. When you constantly stay in designer mode, no one is actually doing any other parts. They don't disappear. Everything is just in chaos. And when you look around and you see why we don't have money, why there's so many items, why are sales so flat, it's basically because you ignored those parts and focused only on being a designer. Step one is brutal honesty. Write down 1 week of your life what exactly you are going to do or have done before, and highlight in different colors where you are in charge of the product, where you're in charge of marketing, and where you're in charge of finance. If, for example, 80% of the time is spent on product, congratulations, you only got yourself a very unpaid hobby and not a fashion brand. And looking at that and seeing all of this on a piece of paper or in the calendar actually highlights the next steps and the brutal honesty that is going to help you. The second part is the invisible org chart. Imagine the company before it even exists. There is a reason why serious companies never start with asking themselves a question: who I can overwork with today? They start with structure. Write down how would your company and your structure of the company would look like in 5 years when you're doing around, let's say, $5 to $10 million. How does the company look from the inside? Right now, your structure is probably just you and maybe an overworked assistant. If that's the case, your ads, your sales, your finance, product is everything on you. If you had 10 times more the amount of orders tomorrow, you wouldn't probably celebrate. You would collapse out of exhaustion. Here's what I do tonight in order to stop that. Write down on a piece of paper in boxes, not people, but positions. Write down CEO, right, the founder, then the people under it. The marketing director, the CPO, the product director, COO, the operation director, CFO, the finance director, and any other position you want. Creative director under that, people who manage ads before that, and you should put on paper every single position that could possibly be in your brand. That way, you will see, okay, in 5 years, I will have this company. And right now, I'm only one person doing all their jobs. Now, put your name in all of the boxes. You will actually see that you're doing all the jobs. And your best and most important thing and task for the week would be, how can I delegate or systemize any of the jobs so I don't have to do them all? That way, you'll be able to build a real business, a structure, instead of just being in a chaos mess. This is straight from the book E-Myth Revisited, which I highly recommend if you're in this position. And hopefully, this book and my video will teach you how to not be just a guy or a girl packing boxes in a hoodie. And the third part is coming from designer to a seller. So the thing is, if you have a fashion brand, The ugly truth is that no one is paying you to actually make the most beautiful clothes. No. The most important part and most important job you have is to make the product move. Sales, marketing, good product, and lots of finance. The reason for it is that product is just one part. Right now, with a global supply chain and many options, it's not that hard to create a brand and clothes. You know that. And of course, sometimes we feel stuck and sometimes the factories are really messing up. But in reality, it's much easier than 50 years ago. Big companies can create brands super easily. The hardest part is to move the items. And that's where you come in. As a founder, as a CEO, you should be able to actually work on that. If you keep identifying yourself as creative, you will be stuck in a position where marketing, sales, and finance will attack you. And you will say, oh, I'm so bad at this. And in the end, your brand will either stay super small or be in a graveyard of other brands who you probably seen a lot go up and down over the years just to become nothing. Split up your calendar into 4 parts, the 4 main pillars of business. You will be a seller with a strategy, with grand plan, with planning everything and understanding your job and your team. The second is marketing, where you will talk about where are we going, how our product look like, how do we promote it. The sales, you will see how we're communicating with customer, is our website selling well, how are the orders being delivered, and everything that comes with sales. And the fourth one is finance. You will look at P&L, at accounting, at statistics, and how much stock you have, and everything that comes with that. And in the result, you will be promoting yourself in not being just a producer, just a product guy who creates something, but into the person who really understands the business of fashion and business of basically making a living from it. Make a mental shift from I make nice clothes to I run a profitable fashion brand that actually is successful and is going to capture millions of hearts. That way, you will promote not only yourself, but your whole brand into another complete category. Here's what I would do today after the video. Make sure to audit your life and audit your week. See how much time you spend on which, and make sure to write it down and fixate what you have been doing before. How much time is product, how much is time marketing, sales, and finance. After that, draw up a perfect chart, organization chart for your company in 5 years, or when you're doing $5 to $10 million. That way you will see on the screen what is the perfect team looks like and that you're doing everything from that team, so it's okay to be overwhelmed. Then your task will be to delegate or to systemize every week one simple job, right? Start from the bottom and go up. And on the third part, pick a non-creative, non-product focused metric or job and improve statistics in that in 10%. First off, you will have to understand what statistics are relevant to this job, what this person is supposed to do, and how you can do that. You will probably focus on only Instagram to spend 2, 4, 5, maybe even a year to improve just the Instagram performance and Instagram ads, Instagram creative, bloggers, and everything in like that. So focus on that. Make sure to improve your job and your brand won't be in the graveyard. Let's make you from a product guy into a seller of a fashion brand. And if you would like help growing your fashion e-commerce, you will actually be able to contact me in either LinkedIn or email down below to ask for consulting. I do free consulting sessions and hopefully you will get many advantages from that because I grew my e-commerce to $10 million and I very successfully sold it. So I hope I can help you as well. And if you like this video, you should watch this one about how you can actually improve your fashion brand by focusing on retention.